Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another set of World Cyber Games Korea games casted by myself, Moltrap, and this is the semifinals. We are all the way to the semifinals. I didn't get a chance to cast all the quarterfinals. I'm not even sure if all of them did get casted. I know at least most of them did, though. I know Cholera did some. Knight of Knee, I believe, did some. I'm not exactly certain. You can check the video updates on sc2gg.com. Here are two competitors in this semifinal. Much is on the left. Stork is on the right. Both very strong Protoss players. Before I get into that, I want to mention, though, first that, like I said, this is the tournament to see who qualifies to represent Korea in the World Cyber Games Grand Finals, is what they call the global tournament in Cologne, Germany. They call it the Grand Finals. And so the top three are going to be going, and there's only four left. So again, if you don't want, if you don't want these games spoiled, don't watch them. But Much and Stork are left, and also the other semifinal matchup is Jaedong versus Luxury, and I'm probably going to be trying to do that too. I'm going to try to comment all the way through the finals today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time for all the games, so I may just have to do the semifinals and leave the finals for another person or another day. In any case, Much is going to be in yellow, by the way, and he's going to be in the bottom left-hand corner. Stork is in teal at the top right-hand corner of the map. Yeah, this looks like Troy, by the way. Troy is the map with the neutral assimilators that you can be killed off to make the space narrower so that so that most units cannot fit through. In any case, oh yes. So Much, very very strong Protoss player. He hasn't quite been able to beat the top level players to get a real title of any kind. He's been able to beat about everyone else, but he hasn't quite been able to take that top tier position just yet. He just hasn't quite made it that far. He's been beating a lot of people, but he keeps getting out in quarterfinals and that sort of thing. I mean, he won the what is it called, the little mini tournament to get into the OSL that they used to have. Or yeah. Anyway, so we have Much putting down a gateway here. Stork also putting down a gateway. Much crossing the map through the middle. He's worried about some proxies. It's makes sense to check the middle just in case. Want to make sure that no one's pulling anything cheesy on you. He's actually going to arrive. Oh, let's see if Stork notices what direction his probe is coming in from. So see, at that moment, Stork saw Much's probe come in, but he could have, if he'd seen it come from across the map, he might have been able to cross the map and guess that Much was in the bottom left. But he saw that probe coming in just a little bit too late, and so he didn't know if Much's probe had come from the top left-hand corner. I'm surprised he didn't scout top left first, honestly, from the way that probe was coming in, since it would be more likely that Much had not gone all the way around the map or through two positions of the map already to scout, even if he'd done a very early scout. Much going with two gateways here. He scouted Stork immediately, so this is going to pay off for him a little bit. He's going to be able to send those zealots directly there. Stork is scouting, let's see, Stork scouting up through the middle here just to check for anything going on. And Stork, we see a deviation already in these two players. Stork has his Cybernetics core coming up already, so he's going to be going for those Dragoons. It's going to come down to Micro here if Much continues with the Zealots. But I think what Much is probably going to do, since he scouted that core, and since it's a little bit far of a distance, he's just gotten a second gateway up, he's probably not going to continue going with, and Stork scouting, wow, Stork scouting bottom right, then crossing the map to scout top left. He's going to scout Much, not just last, but as late as humanly possible. And Much, oh my goodness, Much is going with these Zealots. I thought he was going to hold off and go for more of an economy build. He's crossing the map, he's bringing a probe, he's got a forge going down in the back of his base. Stork is scouting way late. He's probably not even going to get he may not even get a scout in. Let's see if Much has no, Much does not is not on the ball enough to stop that probe from getting in. So he's going to be able to see that forge. And Much now has Zealots coming into Stork's base here. Stark's going to have to do a lot of micro. He's going to have to fall back, use that Dragoon in that gap, hopefully. And there's the pylon. Much is going to try a cannon in Stork. Aggressive cannoning. And it looks like he may even try to take out the simulators to try and lock Stork in here. 2 Dragoons out now for Stork. They're going to be able to take out those Zealots, but it might not be in time. He may be able to get those cannons down before he's driven back. And here comes more Zealots now. So those 2 Zealots are getting very weak. 1 dies, so there's only 1 left of those original 2. It's going to die in a moment as well. But now there's 2 more Zealots, and again, it's just enough to keep Stork in his base. Now the thing is if he gets a 3rd Dragoon out, he may be able to actually directly engage those cannons. There's Stork sending out a probe. He's going to be able to see that is going on. He's going to have to attack those cannons immediately. There's no more Zealots coming in. It doesn't look like. He's been spending his money on cannons instead of Zealots. Stork, Much using a probe to delay that much longer. Stork getting out of his base. This is a critical moment. The cannon is about to come up. He's trying to attack the cannon before it comes up. Cannon does come up. It kills. Oh, barely kills 1 Dragoon. 2nd Dragoon getting attacked, but I think Stork is definitely going to be able to take out these cannons with some nice micro. Not nice as it could have been. He could have saved that 3rd Dragoon if he backed it off a little bit sooner. But very nice micro against those Zealots. Not losing a single Dragoon to the Zealots and keeping those Dragoons critically alive long enough to attack those cannons. And Much has lost his probe over there, delaying those Dragoons for just another moment, so he's not even going to be able to build any more cannons. I think this is curtains for Much, because Stork already has his 2nd gateway out, and he's got his robotics facility out, and just Much has just no tech at all. And like I said, Stork has only lost, I think, 1 Dragoon, it looks like, and the other Dragoon very badly damaged, but again, Stork is just, and when he's on, he is on. Stork has just really awesome micro. The problem with Stork is he's not that consistent. So sometimes, I mean, he's the new king of 2nd place is what people kind of talk about him being. He tends to get very far, but then not be able to close the deal and not be able to win the big name games for the titles and that sort of thing. I mean, he can win some big name games. He wins very difficult semifinals, but he just can't bring it home a lot of the time. And now Much desperately trying to kill off his assimilators. He's wary of this counterattack. He knows that Stork has 2 gateways, Dragoons coming. His only hope right now is to. Oh wait, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, he's attacking the assimilators in the bottom right. Maybe he's planning on. Oh, and his own base. Okay, so maybe he's planning on taking that bottom right base before closing it off, and then trying to go off 2 bases that way. I wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, that looks like a probe going over there. So he's going to do exactly that. He's going to try to send a probe in, stick a probe in that bottom right base, and then have a 2nd base that's also kind of protected from drops. But he saw that he had to have seen that robotics facility, though. He knows that Stork has drop. I'm not exactly sure what he hopes to accomplish here, except for maybe cannoning himself in or something like that. But it's too late, I think. I mean, there's I see he has locked himself into his base here. But Stork has a shuttle coming, and oh, look at that. He's within range of that pylon. There's the shuttle. Shuttle's going to come in here. He ferries in a Dragoon along with that Reaver, and Much just doesn't have the forces. If he'd had several Dragoons in waiting or something like that, he might have been able to snipe that Reaver as it popped out of the shuttle, or snipe the shuttle. But it was only two Dragoons. He wasn't able to accomplish anything. So Much is going to lose game 1, and well fought by Stork. Just Much just took a gamble basically, and it just didn't pay off for him. Stork's micro was just too superior, and yeah, there just wasn't a whole lot that Much could do once he was behind. Once he invested in that, it was pretty much all in for Much, and so it too bad for him. But GG Stork, well done, and I mean Stork. I guess I was going to mention this at the beginning, but the action started pretty quickly. Stork is known as, I mean, he used to be known as the best Protoss versus Protoss in the world. Lately, he's been a little shaky, but when he is on, he is on. He is just completely on, and so, especially versus Protoss. So, Much is up against a difficult opponent here, but, it's been done before. Stork is kind of off again, on again. And so Much still has a chance because he's a very strong player too. In any case, let's move on to game 2. Thanks for listening.